Hey, it's Deb, My Maine Gardens with Favorite Flower Friday. This is kind of a series I started to come to every Friday and talk about a flower that I'm loving in my garden. I try to do it every Friday, but let's be honest, I don't, because it's summer and it's Maine and it's busy. Today, for example, I have family visiting from out of state. I'm so excited. My sister just arrived from Pittsburgh. She drove up, and her kids, my beloved niece and nephew, are about to land. I don't even have a watch. I don't know why I did that. But according to my wrist, they will be landing at Bangor International Airport shortly, and I can't wait to pick them up, and we're gonna have a fun night together and then drive to our cottage on the coast tomorrow, and they'll be here for a week. And stay tuned, because I'll take you down there for some My Maine Garden adventures on the shore. So today I just want to talk about hostas. I love hostas. I have them in a lot of places throughout our landscape, and I'd encourage you, if you're not growing hostas, to give them a try. A couple of things I've learned is, for the most part, they are a shade-loving perennial, which means they do come back year after year after year. That said, some varieties actually prefer a little bit of sun, and you can see I'm in a part of my garden that's receiving some afternoon sun, and these hostas really do thrive with a little bit of sun in the afternoon. That said, sometimes when we have a very, very hot stretch and a very sunny stretch, the leaves can burn. That's a sign that they got too much sun. And one way to prevent that is to keep them well watered during those hot stretches. If you have a hosta and you plant it and the leaves are burning all the time, then you need to move that baby, because it is getting too much sun and it's not happy with you. And they're not difficult to dig up and relocate and try somewhere else in your landscape. I've done that many times. The other thing that's great about hostas is you can just count on them. They're like your favorite pair of blue jeans in the garden. You can just count on them. They come back every year. They are kind of the latest. Oh, here comes Chippy. Hi, Chippy. He didn't want to talk to you. Fine. He's like, what are you doing? Okay. Anyhow, I see you. Okay. Squirrel. I just do one take. You get me. You just get the real. It's all real. Where was I? Oh yeah. Okay. So they are one of the latest perennials, spring perennials to come up. They come up, and then they just do their thing. And they are the earliest to kind of go by. I usually cut mine back in September, but who cares? They're beautiful. They're easy to maintain. You may have to deal with slugs, you may have to deal with deer, and I have a tip to keep deer away from your hosta I'll share in another video. But they're gorgeous and I love them, and I would encourage you again to try hostas if you haven't done so already. Go to your local landscape center if you're not sure which ones to plant. Oh, and be sure you read the label or talk to the expert there, because you want to make sure that you plant them according to how big they will get, not how big they are when you buy them. And different varieties grow to different sizes. So if you're looking for a variety that doesn't get too huge, and I have that in parts of my garden, look for a compact variety that only grows to like a foot or a foot and a half, 18 inches. Or you could go for a mammoth, big boy or big girl hosta and have real impact. You just want to be sure that you plant it properly. One of the mistakes I see a lot of people make when I drive around are hostas that are planted too close to the foundation of their house, and they start kind of crawling up the side of the house, and they look just like, they're choking, and they just don't look good. And so it doesn't look good. They don't get the airflow they need. It's not a healthy situation for your hostas. So be sure, if you're planting them along the foundation, that you plant them far enough out of the foundation. I planted mine, I think, 24 inches away from the foundation, and that has worked pretty well for me. So I could go on and on and on about my love for hasta la vista. But I have to go pick up some young people at the airport. So thanks for hanging out with me on my favorite Flower Friday. And have a great weekend wherever you are and whatever you're doing.